There you go. Today we're in the Australian bushwalk section. That's what it's called, isn't it? Can't remember.
Bushland Nature Trail.
That's the one. And basically what we're looking for is, it's called, what was it called? Bloody Brain Snot.
There's a scientific name for it, but I can't remember it right now.
Yeah, well, anyway, it looks like brain snot. So we're on the hunt for it. Through here there's beautiful flowers and stuff, but we really want to find this little bit of snot.
It's fungi.
Nah, it's bloody brain snot. Anyway,
looks a bit like mandarin to me, but...
Well, that's questionable, but we're going to go look for it and
we'll
see if we can find it.
Update you on the proper name later.
Now, although we're on the hunt for brain snot, there are other cool little flowers to show you on the way. I've actually got one of these in my backyard, but it's not as big and impressive as this one. Kangaroo paw, but it always reminds me of Christmas, these ones, because they're just green and red, you know what I mean? You just expect Santa to come around the corner, bloody chucking presents at people. Check out this little pansy orchid, or a Duris magnifica, if you want the scientific name. I kind of, read a lot of books and learn the names of these things. It's not, there's no sign next to them or anything. Walk through here, there's this fantastic smell of bloody, what are they called? Wildflowers. That's
yes.
the one. But yeah, if you look at these beautiful ones here, there's bees bloody everywhere. We're not on these ones, they're more on that one over there. But they're everywhere because the scent is so bloody strong. And it's a fantastic place to walk through. If you shoot over there, there's a big walkway through all of it, and you can do the whole kind of Instagram. Yeah, man, it's a real good experience to come out here and experience nature. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're going to carry on. Absolutely stunning wattle, just popping out everywhere. And what I love about wattle is even through the hot summers that we get and the the water-wise, don't turn your sprinklers on, wattle doesn't mind that at all, and it just grows up. I've got one at home as well, but you can see little bees, just I'll zoom in, bloody focus a bit, little bees just all through it. And that's kind of the goal with native gardening, is getting your bees in so you can enjoy it, and when the bees come, so do the birds, and it just makes a whole experience when you go out the front. And you can do this with your own yard. You don't have to come to Kings Park to look at it all. It's very easy to make out the front yard. So yeah. Now this one's called a wedding bush. Just here, this one, just a wedding bush. And they call it a wedding bush, or a Ricinus Nacapos gladnesius, because basically if you walk past it, you get married. So just be careful of that one, fellas. If you're exploring Kings Park and you're not married and you're not planning on getting married, coming near this one will actually, some guy will run out, chuck a ring at you, and you have to propose. So be very mindful of that when doing this walk. Look at the little flower pots coming off these ones. I just love how each flower has a different little thing happening. If you look real close, I'm not sure if my camera will accept it, but you just see the little pollen fields out the front of it. And I'm not sure what kind of flower this is, but yeah, it's pretty spazzy. Even this one, look at that. One sec. If you look at it, it's actually got ants in the middle of it for some reason, but yeah, these ones look like kind of, I'm going to call them bloody sponges, like bath sponges. That's what they look like. And yeah, I don't think you want to take that in your bath, but it's bloody nice to look at anyway. There you go. So the thing we're looking for is actually on these trees, the marries. But there's none on that at the moment, so we're going to keep walking around looking for them. But we'll keep looking. Check out this wattle though. Nothing. So I'm just going to share what's on this sign while I'm standing here. If Lilly can get out of the way, get out of the way. One sec. Alright. So the grass tree trunks grow about 1.5 centimeters per year, making this one of the almost 40 years old. That one in front of us is 40 years old, which is pretty crazy. Aboriginal people have numerous uses for the grass tree, including mixing the gum with charcoal and kangaroo dung to form a strong adhesive, like a super glue, which is pretty cool. Bloody free nature super glue. But, yeah, might have to use that on this pram with this thing, because this keeps coming out. Might have to find some root poo, I think. I'm going to film this just in case this is it and it's dried off, because they said it's closing days of the fungi being here. So that might be the brain fungi, I'm not sure, but it grows out of the trees similar to this one, where it comes out like that. So it's pretty sweet. But hopefully we can find the orange stuff, because that's what I want to bloody see. That's what I want to see, mate. This one here is called Blue Boy. And the blue boy develops a light outer tube which can store substantial food reserves for during fire and drought. A taproot also aids survival by providing access to the water deeper in the soil profiles. And that is not it. That's my child. And I think about looking out for these things and going to these natural places to find fungi and flowers and specific things is sometimes you don't find them, and that's okay, because you're out in a beautiful nature place and your family's enjoying finding honky nuts on the ground, and you're out for the day enjoying it, soaking it in. So come out here and you don't find what you're looking for, that's fine. But yeah, there's plenty of other things like this crow's beautiful song. Just fantastic. Sounds like two tradies at Smoko, doesn't it? You coming, Lily? Yeah, she's right. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Oh no, it's a bit of orange peel. If you're at home and you've got a bloody lovely looking jarrah table or a jarrah floorboards or jarrah bloody, well, it came in lots of things. This is what a jarrah tree looks like. This is a small one. But yeah, I was interested because I haven't really looked around and saw jarrah trees before. But yeah, check that out. Ooh. So this one's finished flowering, or it might be starting to flower, but it hasn't started yet. You can see the old flowers just there. This is the slender Banksia. And this is the one you see all the parrots and bird life going around, because it's totally rich in nectar and insects and other pollinators, so it just attracts everybody, including myself. So yeah, good one to get. It's actually insane where plants grow. This is a tree, right? If we zoom in here, oh, you can see it, there we go. There's actually a little flower, a little native, just growing out of a hole where dirt formed. That's just sticking out the top there, which is bloody awesome. I've found some, but unfortunately I think we're a bit too late for it. There it is there. It was a bright yellow kind of texture, but yeah, as the sun's come out, you've got to be real quick. It's got to be in a kind of rainy kind of atmosphere, and we've had a couple of dry days and is burnt to a crisp, unfortunately, but pretty cool still, if you can see it. Look at him. It was bright orange at some point, but yeah. It's alright, we bloody found it though. Just want to capture the atmosphere for you out here when you're doing the walk. It's very Australia. And there's not many people out here. I don't think people walk down here. This is a different section of Kings Park where it's you have to walk down a little bit, but it's well worth the walk. It's more natural than the other sections. So you're definitely coming down and check out the Australian section of the walk. It's bloody fantastic. Always loved reading about stuff. This one's pretty funny. It's got cook or be crook, and it's this plant just here. And apparently the Aboriginal people used to eat it, but you have to cook it, otherwise you get bloody sick from it. So yeah, pretty cool. Gets a little flower. Just looks like that. Doesn't have it on at the moment though. But yeah. How Perth is this? Bloody, it's not everywhere. Every capital city that you see your skyscrapers through bushland. It's Kings Park's quite special in that context, where it's got a really big botanic garden right in the heart of the city, and you can get Perth views from a lot of spots in it. So yeah, I just met a little lady that was telling me about these. Apparently they've got to grow next to other plants, because if they don't, they can't self-pollinate themselves. So they grow right next to other plants like this one. They have all the flowers, and then the bees come and pollinate both of them at the same time. And yeah, it was pretty cool little information. She was just walking along, had a chat with us, because we talked about the fungi with her, and she said basically that the fungi only happens every so often. So you're going to be quick and come see it the weekend that it's happening. Otherwise you miss out, which we unfortunately saw the burnt one and got to see it, but it wasn't what it could have been. But it's pretty cool when you walk around places like this that there's another little kangaroo paw. That you get a lot of knowledge from random people that are walking around, because they just want to share because they walk around here all the time. They know all the plants, and yeah, pretty cool. There you go. So we're actually going into the different section of gardens now, which is a bit more chill, and then it goes into different sections. So there's different sections of WA you can walk through all the way up here, so we'll go through that. So I'm going to be honest, this walk isn't my most liked walk in comparison to the bush walk. It does have some cool features like this little stream that goes through it. It's more your botanic style, so it's more, you know, set out and landscaped, but it's still good to walk around. It's just not as fascinating as the bushwalk. There you go. So each section of this part of the Botanic Garden is sections of WA, which is kind of cool, but this little section here is kind of Rottnest. So you've got the Rottnest sign, you've got all Rottnest Bushland, and there's some cool little ones in here that you can only get on Rottnest Island, which are now on the mainland because they're parked here. So yeah, it's well worth having a look. It's just I'm a real kind of native-y kind of dude, so that other section just makes me froth, but this section's good as well. Yeah, if you come over here, don't stand in that. There's yeah, cool little pink flowers here. They're pretty sweet. They're called their name is the Gichin Nieto Ledifolia. I think it's Spanish. I don't think it's Spanish. It's just the weird scientific names that they give it. But that's proof of it if you want to read it properly. But yeah, I'm not very good with the long scientific names, but I'm just going to call it the pink cutesy bush, and that's its name from now on. Check out the cute pinksy bush. Yeah. And over there, this section here, the Darling Ranges, which is up away from here as well. So you can only see, if you want to see that, you usually have to drive for 3 hours, or I think it's more. So you just come to here, you can look at it all, and you can see your child is just absolutely fascinated. Anyway, I'm gonna go look at the Darling Ranges. We're about to go on the skywalk, which is up there. It's kind of a treetop walk, not as crazy as the Walpole one, but it's still pretty impressive. And then these are all the trees we're going to see. So we've got the Carry, the Tingle, the Marri, the Yarri, the Taunt, and the Jarrah. So it's going to be a pretty cool walk around. Yeah, come on. So when you come to Kings Park, just make sure you come on the outer side of it, because when you come to the outer side of it, there's this skywalk, which gets some really crazy views of the river. And also get to see the brewery, which is pretty sweet. And then you can look that way as well, which is much better. There's trees, so you've got the top of trees looking around. Whoop. I actually love this, and I don't know if you've heard about it, but the Aboriginal people believed that 6 seasons instead of the 4 we have. So you have the Cambarong, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, the Burrock, the Bunaroo, the Janara, the Makaroo, and the Bulbia. Sorry, I am terrible at pronunciation, but basically these 2 months are linked with each, so you've got 2 months per one. And it just makes heaps more sense for our weather cycles. So, but yeah, I think we should switch over to it. I reckon it'll be wicked. This is part of the desert region section. You've got these nice little pink flowers coming through, and also have my child's forehead. But yeah, pretty sweet. There you go. So just thought I'd stop and show you this one because I finally got a plant name right. I called these one pom-pom plants, and they're actually called pom-pom plants, or a Sarafalparia Drummond. No. Sorry, my name pronunciation is bloody terrible. But yeah, they actually look like pom-poms. These ones I just wanted to show you because they're the Parakelia, which I'll show you the name so you can get it if you want one in your garden. But yeah, these ones look like bloody actual cartoon flowers. They don't actually look real. Now I would show you more of the southwest region, but we're actually going to go to the southwest region in a few weeks, so we'll actually just show you the real thing. But it's got a good little caption of it. It's just seeing the real stuff's better. So that's us signing off in front of the Wishanoon Flower Clock. Bloody, as my wife would say, catch you later, mates.